Go ahead and share it.
I'm about to share it.
Share it on your hand. Share it on your hand. Laverne is new to this. Niece,
So new.
turn your volume down, niece. Turn your volume on your phone down, niece. Hey, niece. Come on in so the people can see you.
Hi.
Hey, girl, hey.
Hello.
Y'all got your notepads? Get y'all notepads.
Oh, we gonna have fun today.
Let me turn this music down.
We gonna have some fun today. Listen, when you come to Craig's house, I need y'all to know it's a mood. I came in the candles, lovely smelling aroma.
Absolutely. Situated my situation.
He was almost done.
I had just brushed my teeth.
Niece.
Yes, I had just brushed my teeth.
Yeah, he was looking gorgeous.
Listen.
Because you know I get lost in Craig's eyes every time. He says big vocabulary words to me and I get lost.
Listen, hey girl, hey.
Hey.
We have all of the things setting out on the table. Yes, we have our Fiji water. But before we get started,
yes.
We're waiting for a little delivery. We had a little faux pas. So Labane just got back in town. Her name is Labane. That's L-A apostrophe.
Yes.
B-O-N-N-A-E. We're just doing housekeeping while you all come on in here and get seated. Come on in here and get seated.
I'm trying to share so everybody will
What does
know.
Labane mean?
So technically, in French, if it was spelled L-A-B-O-N-E-T, it would mean the good.
Absolutely.
And also L-A-B-O-N-N-E, it would mean the good. But you know, my mama is a good old country girl, so
Absolutely.
she made it French American.
Oh.
Which is why it's N-A-E.
Where's your mom from?
My mom, we're from Wilmington, North Carolina.
Girl, yeah, it's not shared. How do we share it on
I
your
don't know.
page?
Is it public?
Let me see. It is public. All my stuff is public. Let me see how we share this on her page. Okay.
Yeah, so we're country girls from Wilmington, North
share.
Carolina. 5th generation out of slavery, right here.
Oh,
very proud of it. Very proud of it.
Wait, do you want it public or you want it just for your
I
friends?
want it public.
Okay.
Let the people know what I'm doing.
I don't want to be situating your stuff.
Listen, I'm not in witness protection.
All right. Okay, so we got to share it.
Yay! Thank you.
And then let's check your page to make sure it's shared. But listen, we had a little faux pas. So Labane just got back in town. And so, there it is. And so, we're going to do smoothies tonight with sweet potatoes.
Yeah, we're gonna do sweet potatoes, bananas, cinnamon.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna share my perfect smoothie recipe that was given to me by my holistic pharmacist.
Okay.
Literally
So she was rushing trying to get over here. We had plenty of time. We talked. We set up. I just posted a Patreon video for those of you because we talked about specific products. We talked about chlorella. What's this one called again?
This is the colloidal gold.
Colloidal gold. There's also colloidal silver. So we were talking about different products on the Patreon.
Craig took some
I
oil
took
of
some
oregano.
oil of oregano, baby. Had my whole
situation.
oral cavity on fire.
But it's good.
It's really
Oil of
good for
oregano,
you.
I use this right before I travel, especially internationally, because like, you know, when you go into different cultures, they don't have the same you know, they don't have the same practices in terms of covering their mouth and things like that. So this is really good. It's an antibacterial and it oil, and it just kind of keeps you, you know, it keeps your immune system in the place that it needs to be for travel.
Absolutely.
That recycled air on the airplane.
So Lamine forgot to bring the sweet potato.
Listen, I thought
and the bananas
you wasn't gonna
and the oatmeal. But listen, this is a place of transparency over here. So what we did was we went on and requested an Uber. You know, it's the stuff is over at one of her girlfriend's house. So, because she had to bake the sweet potato first, because you know we're not going to put a whole raw potato in here. So she baked it earlier when she got back in town. So she forgot, she was remiss in bringing it. So what she did was, I said, well, let's just go ahead and request an Uber.
Yes.
And your girlfriend can just, when the Uber comes, just put it in the car.
Shout out to Tawanda.
Right. Yes, thank you.
Making it happen.
Tawanda is the Uber. So Tawanda's on her way here, but we have enough stuff to get started.
Oh, yeah.
You know, so we're going to do 2 different smoothies tonight.
2 smoothies.
And I'm going to let yes, this is live, P. Marcel. Girl, what your last $20 for this 3rd book you supposed to be booking? She talking about, is this live?
Listen, P. Marcel, he been talking about this 3rd book for 3 days.
Right, because she put books on layaway. Now, how you put books on layaway? This ain't Walmart. This is Impeccable Works. Good day thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers. I'm Craig, TheWriter Stewart, and this is the Facebook and YouTube live versions of So Much to Say. These are my thoughts in my voice on black shit, white shit, gay shit, and everything in between.
We're in the in-between today.
Yes.
So I bought you a little gift because
Thank you.
figured that once we finish, This is green smoothie recipe.
So this is a recipe. You can't see it because of the light behind
the white.
you. But anyway, there's a light behind you.
I know that a lot of people like to, have smoothies, drink smoothies or whatever, but we really need smoothies are beneficial to us, and we like to make them very fruit heavy.
Right.
Because the tongue, the sweet tooth, it's not trained yet.
Right. Because
I wanted us to talk about, and a lot of times, people get obsessed with having the right smoothie recipes, but it's more about having a formula.
And your body craves nutrients, not food.
Yeah.
Your body's craving nutrients. So you want to make sure you're putting the right stuff in your smoothie.
Yeah, it's going to rotate it out. So we're going to talk about the components that build a nice, perfect green smoothie. And then you can put whatever things in those components that you like.
Right. Okay? So don't think that just because you don't eat meat that you can't be overweight. Because if you eating a whole bunch of sweet sugar and fruit all the time, good night.
With animal protein and everything, but don't get me started. I don't
right.
have opinion.
So listen, I need you all to make room. I need you to make room for all of the women and the men with heavy ankles. Slide over, because I need all of the women and men with the heavy ankles to have front row seats. Because I need them to get all of these ingredients. So all of the people that got fluid on their elbows.
Oh, that little back meat.
You know that little back meat?
I had it. I had it before, the little back meat.
And those of you that got...
I had a trainer once, no lie. I had a trainer once guess my age because people always, think I'm younger than I am. No, it cracks. It just takes longer. Black cracks. It just takes longer. This is true.
Wink, wink
but
to the white people.
He had asked me, I said, how old do you think I am? He's like, well, I know that you're over 30. I said, well, how do you know that? He was like, because women over 30, the weight around your knees sit different.
Oh.
I said, no, he didn't call my knees chubby.
Them heavy knees. them fat
but
knees.
I noticed it when I go places.
Now you look at people.
I'm like, ooh.
Especially in Walmart.
I'm not doing this with
I was in Walmart today. Heavy knee people.
So, okay.
And it's not just women, it's men too.
Yeah, it is.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of her perfect green smoothie formula. I'll take a picture of it and I'm going to put it in the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group.
Perfect.
In fact, I'll put it over.
You want to do it now?
No, because they on the camera.
Oh,
so what I'm going to do is I'll take a picture of this and I'll post it in the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group. Yeah. So at your own volition, you can go ahead and make your smoothies.
Yeah, and so shout out to Dr. Price because we've talked about this before. I used to have chronic fatigue illness.
Yes, tell them because everybody, I know you all haven't seen or heard the podcast that we did. So go ahead.
So, there's this misconception that if you're skinny that you're healthy. But the problem is that I was crashing I crashed 3 cars that I had paid cash for. So
for all of you slim girls that think that you can wake up and eat fried pork chops
inside looking gross.
Right, and fried chicken, and you over there smoking them Newports. Now Rita smokes Vincent and Hedges, but the young girls, they smoke Cools and Newports. Don't think that your insides aren't decaying because they are.
My mama used to smoke Capris. Do y'all remember them thin Capris?
Them little thin ones. Look like the little candy cigarettes. But go ahead.
Listen, so I had developed chronic fatigue. I have a high energy job. I'm an event planner, and I did not have the diet that would support my lifestyle. Those of you who burn the candle at both ends and in the middle.
Yeah.
And I crashed those cars, so I went to Dr. Price. Dr. Price put me on a plant-based diet.
Dr. Price is here?
He's here in Atlanta.
Okay.
Well, he travels the world because he studies with shamans and stuff all over the world. But
come on, shamans.
Medicine man, everything. Studied the centenarians in Japan. He's legit, honey. I don't stand by a lot of people.
So how did you find him first? Let's start.
How did I find him? So his tradition. He is the doctor of pharmacy because there's a lot of people that say they heal people.
Is he black, white, Asian? What
honey,
is he?
He's black and he's gorgeous.
Okay. Is he part of the community?
Oh no.
How you doing? is he? How you doing?
He's hetero.
Oh, okay.
Hetero.
Okay, one for y'all.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But he's super cool though. He and our community is very important to him because he grew up in the South.
The black community.
Yeah, he grew up in the South like, all of us and just was trained to eat differently.
Because even if you didn't grow up in the South, your family came from the South.
Oh, yeah, New York, y'all know.
Absolutely.
Y'all know
Chicago, y'all came right from Mississippi.
Y'all know them cheese pizzas, all of that stuff. And he had developed high blood pressure himself, and so he had to heal himself.
Okay.
And he had converted over to a plant-based diet.
So how did you find him?
I found him through a good friend of mine named Quincy. He was the director of pharmacy at the Walmart over on Gresham Road.
Okay, over in East
Went over to MLK,
Uh-huh.
came out. He was like, I just can't keep pushing synthetic medicines to my community.
This is what the doctor said.
That's what Dr. Price said.
Yeah.
He was like, I can't keep giving people something that I know is not healing.
So in other words, you guys that may have high blood pressure
Yes.
or diabetes, you guys are taking synthetic medications because they're not really curing you. What they're doing is just kind of keeping you...
They're coaching you through your bad behavior.
And you're spending your money. So you're either going to spend your money on high blood pressure medicine or you're going to spend it on stuff like chlorella. Yeah. Now, if you have the Patreon, you're going to see when I first opened up this box, I was like, girl, this box is $30. And she said, well, you either pay for it on the front end or the back end. Mm-hmm. So the bottom line, and financially, but then also physically, you pay for it.
Yeah.
So you that are just like, oh, this is just too expensive, I can't spend this money, but either you're going to pay for it on the front end or on the back end.
Because money's currency.
Right.
Just like energy, just like time,
right.
it's got to move.
Right.
It comes in, you got to push it out. The difference is when we push it out like this, we're controlling where our money goes, you know? Because I'm serious about it. I can't date somebody that's not healthy. You know why? Because, Craig, when I turn 65, I want to be traveling the world.
And I'm going to need you to keep up.
I'm not paying for no blood pressure medication. No bad.
Paying for dialysis out of the country.
I need that to go.
You're trying to schedule that.
I need that to go on my tickets. I don't want you rolling behind me with your breathing machine. People look.
No offense.
I get in trouble all the time.
No offense.
The thoughts of Laudonay are not those of Craig, the writer.
So, but just, you know, just for those of you that can prevent, we're talking about preventative stuff. So instead of using synthetic, yes, you can use hypertension stuff, but if you can use your food to heal your body, then that's the goal.
And understand, let me say this to you. I'm not against the use of medications. If I walk into a hospital and I am super hypertensive, they will give you medication to get it under control. But high blood pressure is a lifestyle disease. It's disease. So that medicine should get you to a place where you're changing over, and you no longer need the medication.
So what do you say to people that say, oh, well, no, high blood pressure runs in my family?
No, your bad eating habits run in your family.
Hello.
Your bad habits.
Okay, so tell them, so finish telling them about, they're asking questions already. Oh, they talking about they use chlorella.
Oh, yes, it detoxes heavy, yes, all of that.
So we're going to explain to you what this stuff does. But, so tell them, you were diagnosed with chronic
fatigue illness.
And what happened?
After crashing, I would just fall asleep at the drop of the dime. They thought I had narcolepsy, but I just did not have enough energy to run my body.
And narcolepsy is basically when you just fall asleep and you have no control.
It's a nerve. It's more of a nerve thing. Right. I just really did not have the energy. But you know, nobody thinks that you're sick because you're skinny, you're all petite. But the problem was,
and you're young.
Yeah, and when I would get stressed, I would lose weight. So people are like, oh, I wish I had that problem.
Right. But so what happened? So you switched your diet over.
Switched my diet over. I mean,
because you were eating meat and all kinds of food.
Meat, processed food. Listen, I was eating out of boxes, cans,
boxed macaroni and cheese, boxed.
Now, you know I'm country. I ain't eat no boxed macaroni and cheese. Okay. Don't smear me.
Well, somebody was in here eating boxed macaroni and cheese. and boxed mashed potatoes.
Don't smear me.
Okay, so you eating processed stuff.
Lots of processed food. Lots of dairy. I mean,
frozen food,
any woman who is in here, y'all know, giving up that cheese is, ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh,
see, I've never really been one for cheese, but like my friend Angela, she loves cheese.
It's the casein. Yeah. It's the casein in the cheese. It's that addictive substance. It's just like sugar. And it triggers your dopamine, your citrus. It's like a drug.
Okay, so you switched over and then you stopped falling asleep. You stopped having that.
Energy came immediately, like within 2 weeks. And then it's just a consistent thing, right? You start, and then I realized once you feel health, and I'm not an expert, I'm telling you from my life.
Right.
My background is in communications, baby. Right?
Somebody just said casein is like heroin.
No, it is.
Somebody just said, I'm having a flare on YouTube, said, I'm having a flare up right now because I gave into cheese last weekend.
Yes.
I'm going to share this story with you guys really quickly. I don't know if you guys on YouTube have heard this story before, but I know I shared it over here on YouTube, on Facebook
too much
before.
Mucus. Look at Tina.
Yeah, it's too much mucus.
Go ahead.
So what happened was, I have a good friend who, she turned vegan. She stopped eating meat and all that stuff, right? She ended up getting married.
Okay.
Right? To a guy who was a Southern guy. Ate meat, ate pork, ate all that stuff. And what happened was once they got married, she started cooking more for them. You know, he was eating more because she was cooking. You know, he was eating more of her food. So he said to her one day, he said, babe, you're going to have me lose weight. He said, I'm going to mess around and die. Like, I'm just shrinking. I'm losing weight, right? And she says, well, listen, if you still want to eat chicken and stuff, just let me know. I'll cook it for you. I'm just not eating it.
Right.
So he said, well, no, I'm going to try to, to do what you do. So bottom line is, he was a runner. He used to run track and all that stuff, right? So he always had knee problems, and he always ascribed his knee problems to running track. Yeah. So he just used to tell himself, the story that he used to tell himself was, oh, well, I have bad knees because I run. My knees are just shot because I used to run. Well, what happened was once he started eating more of her food, more of a plant-based diet, and he was wearing a knee brace 24/7. Yeah. He stopped wearing the knee brace. He was like, I don't know what's happening, but I don't have to wear this knee brace. He had been wearing it for years.
Yeah, inflammation's going away.
Inflammation was dissipating, right. So what ended up happening was about one Labor Day weekend ago, probably a year or so ago, he said to her, he said, babe, listen, I love the way that you cooking and stuff, and this is great, but I haven't had any barbecue in a long time. So what I'm going to do is put some. I'm gonna put that gate. He said I'm gonna put some stuff on the grill. Baby, he put that chicken and all that other stuff he had on the grill.
It comes back.
And that weekend he was back in the knee brace, and he said, you know what? That's it. I see it. It was almost like he did a test on his own.
The body will tell you. That's why I tell people, we'll share a lot of things with you, but you have to let your body will tell you exactly what it is that you need to do. And we all think we can slip a little bit here and slip a little bit there, but the body tells you, it's like, I don't want that anymore. Right. Fooled around, ate a piece of my aunt's pound cake.
Now, you did tell me that you will sometimes eat like if you're
a piece of pound cake. If the matriarchs make it, I'll endure a little bit of pain because I'm not going to tell my aunt that's 65, like, can you make a vegan pound cake? Right. I'm not going to do that.
So you'll eat it even though it has milk and eggs and butter.
But
you won't do the meat. Like if they make a meat.
I'm not fooling with it.
Right. Okay. Because every now and then I will have a little piece of cake or a cookie. But I've never been really a sweet person. Like I've never been like into like sweet.
I think it's a part of being a woman. But you age out because my godmother she doesn't fool with sweets at all that anymore. Okay. She will drink. She calls it a martini, but honey, it's a straight up.
Go ahead, I'm listening.
She'll call it a martini, but it's nothing in that thing.
Somebody said you got me looking at my knee fat. Look, so Trina Bolden says, y'all. She said, Craig, I had a lump on my knee with arthritis. They wanted to operate or give me cortisol shots. I stopped eating chicken and it went away. Gone. See, that's that inflammation. I've been trying to tell y'all that. And somebody's sitting there right now with a piece of fried chicken.
Listen, and it's about rotating out. And for those of us who have converted over and are really not fooling with the meat, not fooling with the dairy, it's still incredibly important because people who choose a vegan lifestyle, they can be nutrient deficient. So you can still cause yourself to be sick because you lack the things that you need. Right. It's one thing to take something out of your diet, but you gotta replenish it. Right. That's where the grace is, saints. You gotta come back in with the grace and put it over.
So Jenny from the Block 17 said, "Do you believe in using the Master Cleanse diet in order to start eating clean?" Go ahead and tell them about your cleanse. See, this is why we about to help you. We about to help you.
I put the cleanse. I put it away. It's in the living room. So I don't use the Master Cleanse diet. I'm actually not really familiar with that, Jimmy. But what I do is I detox 4 times out of the year. I detox on every solstice and every equinox. And I use Dr. Price's...
and you got to tell the people what the equinox and solstice is.
It's when the seasons change. So like winter solstice is when winter starts. Vernal equinox is when spring starts. Summer solstice, which is coming up, my birthday. That's when summer starts. And then the autumn equinox is when fall starts.
So basically 4 times a year.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
so
a
when
lot
the
of
seasons
times,
change.
Like, so when you're detoxing, I know, the Instagram models with the skinny tea. I can't deal with it. Right. And, a lot of times it's just focusing on expelling, right? So every day, there are things that these are the 8s that you should be doing every day. You should be perspirating, sweating, aspirating,
breathing deeply.
Right? Defecating.
Yes.
Defecating on your microphone. Anyway. And then urinating. Right. So those are the ways that you eliminate. The food in your mouth when you sit down and have a meal, you need to be defecating that meal.
So if you eat 4 meals, you should be shitting 4 times a day. So like all of you that are on Instagram following those detox teas and stuff, you better pay attention to what's in that stuff.
Yeah,
this is a natural. This is a natural one.
This is one that Dr. Price puts together for me and all of the folks that participate in his detox. You can go follow him on Instagram if you want to.
You can't really see it because of the light behind it, but I did post this stuff on the page.
The first one is the Parasite Candida Cleanse. I use this one to do exactly that. Cleanse out Candida. It's going to help with those like.
Now what's Candida?
That is yeast. That's yeast in the belly, and it craves sugar. It craves processed food. It just craves junk. Like, you know, when people hear their tummy growl, they think they're hungry. No, those are your little parasites.
And the yeast is connected to the mucus, and the mucus is connected to inflammation, and inflammation is connected to
disease,
cancers, right?
Yeah.
So, cancer. Like this is a Parasite Candida Cleanse. Again, she does it 4 times a year. It's a tea. It's like flakes. She soaks it, you know, whatever, and drinks it. The ingredients in here are like black walnut, clove, burdock, oregano. It's natural stuff. Now, I don't know what that shit is that they're putting over there in them detox teas on Instagram, but you better pay attention. And then this is a tummy detox. Again,
this improves
natural.
The integrity of the gut.
Yeah.
The things that we eat, like if you eat a lot of soy, if you eat a lot of wheat, if you eat a lot of gluten, the tummy will, you know, there's like little walls that allow nutrients to get through. But when those things inflame our tummies, it makes it open like really wide. This tea is going to be really helpful in reinforcing the integrity of the gut so that it's just opening for nutrients and not large pieces of food and like disease.
And yes, oregano oil kills candida. Yes, and no, to answer your other question, no, you shouldn't be eating grilled chicken either. Okay.
She's here. I'm gonna go meet her.
Okay, so Labonae's gonna run downstairs to get her. Here, you know how to get back in the gate, get back in the door. Hold on, niece. Let me give her the thing so she can get back in. Hold on. And I'll just throw back just like this. She should. I gave her the phone to get in the gate. I don't think she came in the building though. Here. Okay, I'm going to answer some questions while she's going to get the stuff that we need from the Uber. That's some good tea. I recognize all the ingredients. I want that detox tea. So let me tell you what's in the detox tea. So this is it's called a tummy detox. Can you guys see that? It's called a tummy detox. See that? And it says the benefits for the tummy detox alleviates bloating and gas, constipation, removes accumulated bowel waste, softens the stool, flattens the tummy, burns belly fat, good for hair, skin, and nails. And then the Parasite Candida Cleanse is the benefits. It kills intestinal parasites and yeast, restores healthy gut bacteria, cleanses the liver and kidney, detoxifies the blood, and removes mucus. Okay? So those are the benefits. These are the natural teas that she uses. Let me see if there are any questions over here that I need to answer. Floyd for you says, I've been meat-free for 9 months and now I'm having all this pain in my knees and joints. That's interesting. So you haven't eaten meat and you're having pain in your joints? I think it's what I'm experiencing. Let me go up here on Facebook. Malel says, Craig, is it true that people allergic to shellfish also can be allergic to iodized softened stool meat? To be allergic to iodized softened? I don't know. That's a good question. Let me ask her that. I'll ask her where she purchased these. She got these from Dr. Price. I think it's drprice.com. She told me earlier. We were talking about it on Patreon. I'll ask her when she comes back. I think she said drprice.com. And then I was telling her earlier, you know how I use my Beet Elite for my smoothies? Or my, my Beet Elite, my beet powder? Or the Power Beets? On here, I was reading today that you're only supposed to use, you shouldn't use more than 2 scoops in a day. Now, I do 2 smoothies a day, but I only put 1 scoop in here. But it calls for 2 scoops, but I only use 1. But that's perfect because I do 2 smoothies a day. So
she wasn't there with me.
She wasn't?
Mm-mm.
What does it say on the thing? Call her.
I tried to call her, but it doesn't go to her anymore.
Where is she?
We have no connection. She's lost into oblivion.
So she's not.
See when you.
Well, where's she at without shit? Where the Uber up here?
See.
It's already ended.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if she was trying to call us.
I didn't have a missed call though.
So where's our stuff?
No, that's not one.
This don't make no sense.
Sorry.
She said here. What time was that? That was 14 minutes ago.
That was it.
But did she leave anything in the lobby?
No. It's nothing by the door. It's nothing.
Oh, we're going to request that because I'm going to need that bad.
Well, let's focus on this piece.
How's she going to not bring our stuff? So somebody was asking, where did you get these? Was it drprice.com, the tees?
You go to www.drbobbyprice.com.
drbobbyprice.com.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
I get a supply you talking about, so I haven't been in the traditional healthcare system for about 3 or 4 years now, and I pay $300 a year for all of these. All together.
A year.
Yeah.
All right, so what do you want? So
let's just start with the green smoothie.
Okay.
You want to do this?
So you want to kind of tell them all the things that we have,
so
like the chlorella?
We'll get to that. So let's build from the bottom up. So every great perfect green smoothie has a base, and you can choose any base. You can choose spring water. Y'all know how much Craig loves Fiji.
Absolutely.
Or you can choose nut juice or nut milk. So we have cashew milk here. You can do coconut water, personal favorites, or I use fresh green juice, where I juice a cucumber, a lime, and I use all of that together. So what do you want your base to be?
So do you so that's kind of how they do it at Art and Garden.
Mm-hmm.
They use a base
they
of
start your base first.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So do you believe that, because I've always heard that when you juice like that, that you're supposed to consume it within 10 minutes, because otherwise the nutrients are gone.
I think over time, so of course they're freshest when you first juice.
Right.
But I usually don't keep my juices in the refrigerator more than 2 or 3 days.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now what are my options for her base?
Your base options are cashew and Fiji water.
Oh, give me water.
You're gonna do the water. Okay.
I wish we had juice. I have cucumber, but I know.
No, this is gonna be good.
We don't want to put cucumber?
This is going to be fresh. You got a lot of green leafy vegetables, so we're going to do that.
And we've already pre-washed our kale.
So that was our base. Our base is going to be the water, and then you build from there. So then the leafy green, Craig chose kale, but you also like spinach, right?
I do. I have spinach too.
But let's talk about these leafy greens. You need to rotate them.
Yes, I remember you telling me that.
You can't have the same leafy green every day. So if you do spinach every day, you got to change that up because it's got a lot of oxalic acid. It's going to build up in the body. So you want to do maybe spinach for a couple of days, then you move over to kale. You can do dinosaur kale, Swiss chard.
Now, what is dinosaur kale? Well, see, that's why I started using the Swiss chard, because I remember you told me before that using spinach every day has too much oxalic acid. So I had stopped using it for a while.
I do, you can do cabbage, you can do...
I've never tried cabbage in my smoothie.
It's sweet.
I just put some broccoli crowns in my smoothie the other day.
You can do broccoli. Broccoli is a good source of calcium. I just try to stick as close to the leafy greens as I possibly can. Okay. Your bok choys are going to work
I've
there.
never used bok choy.
Yeah, bok choy is very watery. It doesn't have it doesn't have a sweet or a mineral taste like, say, kale.
Right. So I wanted Labane to kind of show you some of the stuff. Is it DR or Doctor?
It's DRBOBBYPRICE.com.
Okay.
Dr. DRBobbyprice.com.
Okay. And so I wanted her to show you what she uses, because you guys have seen my smoothies before.
Yeah.
So I wanted,
I love the stem. Keep the stem.
That's where most of
the nutrients are. That's
yes.
Right.
I keep that.
So we got that. Remember, rotate your leafy greens every 3 days.
Every 3 days.
And then the next piece is, these are the real cleansers of the bodies, having the different herbs.
This parsley, is basil.
Yep.
I got parsley too.
Yeah, you can do parsley, cilantro, basil, Dill, mint. I love watercress. Have you ever tried watercress?
I've never tried watercress. I have not parsley. I have cilantro.
Oh yeah, you can do cilantro. Yeah. All of these, again, cilantro pulls out heavy metals. Any of your main herbs.
Heavy metals from your body.
It's gonna pull heavy.
Now, how do you get
out.
heavy metals in your body?
Oh, breathing. Because we're always near. Like, you know, there's always things happening. Like if you ride public transportation, there's things happening.
You live in cities with heavy pollution. New
York, your
LA.
water, when they're putting like fluoride and different things in the water. So
drinking out of the tap.
Pull those,
Drinking that city punch.
Pub.
Right.
So we're gonna we've already prepped this one, so we're gonna put a little bit of basil in there too.
Somebody said green smoothies without a banana taste horrible, so please add a banana. But see, that defeats the purpose. It's supposed to be a green smoothie.
Well, I'm gonna give you
okay to put a banana.
Why you can put a banana in there and go ahead and put the banana. I love basil. Do you mind if we
No, I like basil. Why are you using this stem right here?
I am. I'm gonna break it up, but I want to make sure I get the leaf too.
I love basil in mine. I'm telling you, when you're the one who put me onto this. When you put basil in your smoothie, baby, it takes the taste up a notch.
It knocks it.
And ground cinnamon.
Oh yeah.
Not cinnamon sugar, niece. Some of y'all.
And nutmeg, or as my auntie like to say, nutmeg.
I've been putting nutmeg in my smoothie this week too. Nutmeg and vanilla extract.
Okay, so what was our base?
Water.
Okay.
I am so upset that we don't have a baked sweet potato. I'm really gonna get in touch with Uber because she should have called. Why didn't she call when she got here? Oh, I'm so upset. Listen. And then she got our sweet potato and oats and stuff in the car with her.
And it's expensive because they were organic. Okay, I just want people to know that. So we had the base.
Oh, I'm gonna wear Uber out. Go ahead.
We had the
base
base.
Is water.
We did the leafy green. We got our herb. Now let's talk about this fruit because I know y'all love fruit. Have you ever had, the all fruit smoothies where it's just way too sweet?
I used to go to Smoothie King all the time, and that was nothing but
sugar.
I used to think I was doing something.
For every smoothie that I make, especially when I'm making green smoothies, this is usually the first meal that I have for the day. Mm-hmm. You should not have more than a cup of fruit. At max, like a cup and a half. Okay. So that can be a banana. That can be pineapples. We went ahead and cut some pineapples.
We already pre-cut some pineapple for you.
Now, look, I know a lot of people struggle with these two fruits. So I told Craig, I said, let's bring these on here. Because I'm not from the islands. Them island folks can cut a pineapple real delicious. Okay? So what we did, we went ahead and cut these. So
let me taste the piece.
Yeah, get it.
Come on, Sounds of Blackness.
That's real pretty. See that? And then you just drop those right in there. So a nice cup of that. And so I usually quarter my pineapple.
You're not gonna put those last two pieces in?
Yeah, I can put it in there.
Well, I was gonna eat it.
There you go. I usually quarter my pineapple. So we had a full pineapple earlier, and then I cut the core out, and I'm usually juicing the core. So I use.
Oh, so you take this and juice it?
I juice it. Mm-hmm.
So there's no waste here, niece.
No.
Except for this outside part.
Yeah, I haven't figured out. The only thing I can do with this right now is, when you come down to the country, we have what you call compost piles. So we take those and throw those in the compost so we can keep the soil rich.
It's 2 cups of fruit, okay? Girl, we just said a cup and a cup and a half. She just come right behind you and say, is it okay to use 2 cups of fruit? What did we just say, niece?
Listen, if you need to graduate, start with 2 cups and work your way down, boo. Do that.
They talk about using stevia. Now, what you should use is something called monk fruit.
Yeah, you can use.
You familiar with that?
You want to try to stay away from. You want to try to stay away from natural sweeteners as much as possible. It's still sugar. Depend on your fruit to do that for you. Depend on your pineapple. Depend on your mangoes. Depend on your bananas. It's tough for berries to do that sometimes because berries are so sweet and tart together. But yes, I do use monk fruit sugar. I use agave sometimes. I know some people. I
haven't been using agave since I started using since I listened to you and started using my fruit to sweeten it.
Yeah.
I've used dates. I have dates.
Dates are great.
Dates are really good. If you get some dates.
Good. So
This is monk fruit right here.
It's so good.
It's a natural sweetener. niece. It's granulated just like sugar, but there's no hypo.
We gotta work ourselves off that sugar, Craig. We just gotta work ourselves off.
But there's no glycemic in it, which is the sugar.
It's perfect.
It's non-GMO. It's gluten-free. So this is
So y'all see how.
Tonette sent this to me, niece. I don't know how much this costs.
Y'all see how I skin that pineapple, honey?
Yes,
indeed. That whole thing. That's how they make them spears. That's why they charge you $5.
Okay, y'all see that? Can y'all see that fresh, sweet pineapple?
Now, here's another...
Michelle, I know I've shown y'all, but I need to show the YouTube people. Oh, she's selfish.
Here's another fruit that I think people... Does anybody struggle cutting a mango? Is there anybody having a hard time cutting a mango?
Let me move y'all up some.
Let me see. How many of you guys know how to cut a mango? Do you know of any vegan collagen brands?
Vegan collagen brand?
I use a little coconut oil, honey. Please answer about the iodine. I didn't see that question.
Yeah, you went downstairs. She said something about... Put the question down here again. It's too many comments. She said something about seafood and iodine. I can't remember what the question was, though.
Well, I'm going to show you guys how to... nobody cares about them. Move on.
After a while, I didn't need agave honey anymore. Yes, the fruit will sweeten it. And also, Gia, what happens is your palate starts to change.
It starts to change.
Yeah, your palate starts to be okay with foods that don't have so much sweetness in it and that kind of thing. Once you start to really switch.
So I use a lot of mangoes in my smoothie. We're going to give Craig a little bit of mango in this smoothie, right? So I usually cut the butt off first so that you have a base and you're not chasing it all around. And then these two sides of the mango are called the cheeks.
Oh.
So you cut down the side of the cheek.
So I'll be using frozen fruit.
I use a lot of fresh fruit. I cut all my fruit on Sunday.
Now, is it bad to use the frozen fruit?
Nope, it is not. It is not. It's quick. You can do either one. Because sometimes when I get on the road, I got next to that seed. You see that?
Yeah, I see. Now, see, here's the thing. If I was using this, I would have sprayed this with my fruit and veggie spray. I would have let it soak.
The outside?
Absolutely.
Oh, I never eat that part, so I don't think to do that.
I don't either.
I don't know. Let's see.
Girl, she juicy?
Ready to get it.
Girl, she's slicing all down here.
Sorry. Leaking.
Leaking, rather.
Soaking wet. See that? Drop that right on in there. Love it.
How much does your fruit last? How long does your fruit last cut up since you cut it all up on Sunday?
I usually take my fruit and it'll last until like Friday because I put them in the refrigerator already cut up and I put them in their individual little things and keep them. And my refrigerator is a little colder than most refrigerators. And I'm cool if it freezes a little bit because it's just going into the smoothie anyway.
Right, now I use the fruit spray. I used to read this fruit spray. I was like, girl, this is some shit that white people done came up with. Who need to spray their fruit and veggies? Girl, you leaving all this mango on here?
Because you're only supposed to, you know what?
You only supposed to what?
You're only supposed to have a cup and some change in here. We supposed to be doing it that way. Now
Girl,
that, I need a napkin.
Listen, we black. We not about to throw this away.
I wasn't going to throw it away. It's just not going into here. So after we're able to put the fruit in, the next piece that I always add to my smoothie is that's when we start talking about those superfoods, right?
Yeah.
So we already put our base in. We chose our base. And then we chose our leafy green that we're going to have. We got our herb in there. Got to have an herb every time for it to be a perfect green smoothie.
And the herb that we used was basil.
We used basil. And then we pick our fruit. Today we chose pineapple and mango. Normally you can add a banana too.
Or an apple.
And then you start talking about these lovely supplements. And so we talked about the sea moss already. These are the flakes. I know Craig said he had showed you guys the flakes before.
Yes, because that's what I had originally.
I can't travel.
I hope
with
Dr. Young is in here because she was really stressing me out about the sea moss and how it tastes so badly.
Yeah, and then the next piece is the sea moss.
Now this is sea moss also, but this is the powder form.
Now I got this one from 7 Under.
Yeah, that's why I got mine.
Is that where you usually get yours?
And she high.
Yes.
Okay, so listen. Gia says, I am so glad you mentioned frozen fruit. I was too embarrassed to ask. When I get home from the office, sometimes I am too tired to cut fresh fruit, and I always keep frozen fruit. Glad it's okay. So then Dion says, yes, you should wash your mango because once you slice it, yes, the knife has the dirt and pesticides on it. That's what I'm trying to say. She picking up what I'm putting down.
But I mean, so it can say, I didn't wash it with Craig's little special thing, but my mango had been washed.
Soaking and washing fruit is so important. That's from our girl P. Marcel that owes us for the third book. She lay away the book.
So then, okay, so we talked about sea moss. Here's chlorella. This is my chlorella that I
Now
keep
tell
at
them what
home.
chlorella is.
Chlorella is a sea vegetable.
She's a powder.
And this one has been pulverized.
Because she looks like, she has been pulverized. She looked like,
what?
Excuse me, foundation.
No, it is definitely...
You know what I'm saying? It looked
like how soft it is.
Yeah, like it's powdery.
So
see that?
you can. This is the one that I get from 7 Under. This is the one.
Oh, you got this from 7 Under?
Yeah.
What is this again?
This is Corella too.
Corella. I should have bought some when I was down there.
No H, just Corella.
Corella. Oh, so you don't pronounce the H?
It's silent.
Oh, Corella.
And
all right, communication is our partner. Clarity is our friend. So wait, what does Corella do? Now it's spelled CHLORELLA, but it's Corella. Okay.
I've never heard anybody say.
So
Corella.
You don't pronounce the H or the L.
I know people say chlorophyll, but I've never heard anybody say Corella. So y'all can correct me if y'all know different.
Now you have the travel sizes of Corella as well.
That's what I get on the road with. This one again.
This is the whole box.
$30.
This is the whole box. Let me try to turn this light down because you can't really see the stuff.
And Corella, somebody mentioned it earlier. A lot of your sea vegetables are going to draw out those heavy minerals, but they're also going to put back into your diet like iron. They're going to put back into your diet here.
Go ahead, keep telling me.
They're going to put back into your diet iron. They're going to have like the vitamin B12 because a lot of people who are starting to remove meat and everything from their diet, they struggle with their B12.
People always want to say, well, where are you going to get your iron from? And where are you going to get your this?
The same place that the animals got them from.
Right,
the greens,
from the greens.
Right?
So this is like a substitute for stuff like that.
Yes. So I use, again, I just keep Corella in my diet so that I don't have to take iron supplement, so that I don't have to take a whole bunch of different vitamins that have been like cooked and broke down and everything.
And here's the thing. You don't have to do this stuff every single day.
No, rotate them out.
You rotate the stuff out, okay? So don't feel like, now listen, we're not putting all of this stuff in our smoothies every single day. You rotate them.
Now, Craig, I think you guys have seen this one before. Craig does his beet powder.
Power beets.
And then the other options that we have here, those are the 3 that we brought. Now, for protein, I know everybody's always like curious about the protein. What are we going to do for the protein? Now, I use hemp or I use flaxseed. Those are my 2. And I got both of these. This is $3.65. I get this one from Whole Foods. And this one is the Manitoba Harvest. I also get this one for Whole Foods.
Whole Foods or Amazon.com.
Yeah. I can go nowhere without this hemp protein. I have one that I travel with, and I have this one that I keep.
Now, for those of you that are familiar with flax seeds, this is not the actual seeds. This is finely ground, so it looks like black pepper.
Yeah, show them.
I showed them on the Patreon. Y'all need to get the Patreon. No, I'm just playing. We can show them. I'm just playing. We can show them.
So I'm gonna let you pick which one. Which thing do you want to taste tonight? Do you want?
How am I gonna show them?
Here.
It's ground. It's ground like pepper.
And I also use this as a substitute for my eggs. I just
right.
Put a
Go ahead and tell them about that.
So like if I'm cooking cornbread or something like that, I will take.
Because she doesn't eat eggs, remember?
I'll take a little bit of this and I will put it into like a bowl and then I'll pour some hot water over it. And after the hot water is on there, it becomes gelatinous, just like an egg.
It gives you the illusion of like an egg white. Okay.
So which one? You going for sea moss tonight or you going for Corella?
Give me well, I can't use both?
You can.
Let's do both. Give me all of it. I'm saying give me sea moss because I made my smoothie this morning. You guys know I start my day. I ease into the day. I start my day with, oh girl, you don't measure it? You just shake some in there?
I'm used to. I know.
Oh girl, I get a spoon and measure.
I'm used to it.
So I didn't do any sea moss this morning when I did my smoothie because I knew you were coming.
I hate this bag. I need a spoon.
Now they talking about paying back. Now we got camera people in the house.
So we put the green in there. See that?
Yes.
Boom.
Okay.
I need a spoon.
You want
the sea moss? Give me a teaspoon.
Girl, can I eat this little piece of mango?
Yeah, go ahead. Cut it up.
Hey, girl, girl, that sea moss is, she potent. Do we want to put some dates in there?
Yeah, you want some dates? Let's add some dates. Add a few dates. But you need some protein. So you want it with your flaxseed or do you want the hemp? Try the hemp, Craig.
Yeah, give me the hemp.
Okay.
Yeah, give me the hemp.
This is my favorite. I love this hemp. And now this, like if I'm having a green smoothie in the afternoon, then I will keep my smoothie like light like this. But if I'm having it first thing in the morning and say I'm not gonna eat until after 1, I'll add an avocado to this with my.
I be trying to tell them about the power of the avocado.
Because it keeps it next to the ribs. You know, it makes it stick a little longer. That good fat.
Look, and I'm the main one talking about washing it off. I ain't got my mouth all on the skin.
But see, now the toxins are you get to kill it with some of the other stuff. You look, you can't be safe all the time. Okay.
So the hemp protein is what's gonna satisfy you, which is what's gonna.
It's gonna create a protein. So 4 tablespoons of this is about 15 grams. I cannot do that in one setting. So I usually use my hemp protein over 2 smoothies throughout the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see, I can do 4.
Okay. Then we're gonna add our dates. For the people who are concerned in the back about the sweetness, honey, we're about to give y'all some more dates.
Look at Gia talking about, I asked you nicely not to slurp on that smoothie like that. Now make sure they don't have pits in those, because it doesn't say on the package.
We'll fill it out if it is. I can't get this open. I got weak fingers. Strong arms, weak fingers.
And I got these right from Walmart.
Did you?
Sure did.
I've never seen them in Walmart.
Yeah, they're right over there in the produce section.
I bet the price is better.
Siobhan, girl, the Uber didn't even show up with the potato and stuff.
She left with our stuff.
She left. I'm about to run downstairs and see if it's in the lobby or something.
You can go ahead. I looked around. I didn't see anything.
Is there a seed in there?
Yes. Gotta pit them. So see that seed in there?
You want to take the seed out.
Take that
and
out.
You can buy
them pitted already.
Already pitted, but these weren't pitted. Now the ones that I bought from Sprouts.
Now these are very sweet. I guess to me now they're very sweet because
your palate has changed.
Yeah, my palate's changed.
Go on and put 2 in there, because girl, I need the camouflage. That sea moss. That sea moss tastes like straight fuzzy.
But you know the purple one doesn't taste that way.
No. You know what it tastes like? It tastes like ocean.
It does. No, it definitely. That's why we were trying to share the sweet potato one with you, because if you've ever been to like a Jamaican restaurant and they have the Irish sea moss drink, it's the same thing, but they're hiding it with like that nut milk base. They have the cinnamon in it.
Right.
So usually, like in the evening, I put a sweet potato, 2 bananas, cinnamon, nutmeg.
That's a date. Like you going on a date, that's a date. With the seed.
All right.
Those are very sweet. Those are naturally sweet.
My medicine man out in Cartersville, he gave me these, so I'm gonna put 2 drops
nice. Put the people on.
Now, you guys may or may not know about colloidal silver and colloidal gold, so it's good to have trace elements of like good metals, not heavy metals, into our body. And so this is a colloidal silver where it drops it into distilled water, so you're getting the essence of the gold.
And she gave very specific information about that on the Patreon. We ain't got time to do all that tonight. Okay. She told us but again, with this colloidal silver, with the oregano, where's the oil of oregano, all of this stuff. You don't do this stuff every day.
Or put it all. You don't always have to put it all in one smoothie. We doubling down.
You're rotating. Just like you don't, like for those of you that still eat meat, just like you're not eating fried chicken. I hope not. But you eat roast beef one day. You may eat fish another day. Yeah. It's the same thing with this.
The body
you rotate
wants variety. It wants variety no matter what it is. Now let's put a little ice in there and throw this thing on the blender.
A little ice.
Here, drop it in there.
Now, girl, how much ice you use? Is that all of the water you're gonna use in there? I'm just asking.
How do you like the consistency of your smoothie?
I like mine.
I like mine to be a little thick.
Me too.
Okay.
But viscous. Thick but viscous.
Let me tell you, between Craig's eyes and his vocabulary words, I'm gonna always be a fan. You can't get rid of me.
Because I usually put a little liquid up here just because, like, sometimes she act like she don't want to blend. You don't have to. If you think that's good, go ahead. I'm the student tonight.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I do everything eyeball. I'm country.
Now, would you put more water in there, or you would do it just like that?
I would start out this way.
Okay, well, come on.
I would add some more.
Come on, I'm gonna let you fuck this duck.
No,
I would.
Go.
Now, wait a minute. We ain't wasting this Fiji. It's a corner in
Knock
there.
it back.
It's a corner in there. But she too expensive to be throwing her out.
I wasn't gonna throw her out.
Yeah, I need all of that. All right, now we're gonna come over here. We're gonna blend it up. Now y'all don't need to see this. Y'all don't need.
But Craig, show them the thing. Do they have?
Show them
Craig
what?
has a Vitamix, but I have my travel blender is an oyster.
Oh yeah, show them that. Cause listen, don't think that you have to buy a very expensive blender.
Yeah,
so this is what Labane has.
And so this is the one I take on the road with me. And what it is, this is my travel jar, but this blade, this little blade packs some power.
Mm-hmm. Now, where'd you get this from? Like Target or Walmart?
I actually, originally they had it in Walmart, but I found that I have to start going to oyster.com to order them because I can't find them the way I used to.
Oh, really?
I have 4 of these. I have them at my godmother's house. Okay. I take one on the road with me. I pack it. Okay. Because the sister has to eat, and there's not always things for her to eat. So you put
Girl, you ain't got to put all this. Hush up, Gia. She know I'm dizzy. This is too much in the smoothie. Girl, we ain't put that much in the smoothie.
It's not. It's the basis.
She don't say that when she's sitting there piling her plate with food. She got mashed potatoes, cabbage, black-eyed peas. You understand what I'm saying?
Where the top?
Yeah, there it is. So while she's doing that,
it's gonna get loud, isn't it?
They all right.
Okay.
They know what a blender sound like. Let me put this over here. Is it on there?
Great.
Let me see. Okay, she on there. Here, let me plug her up.
That's me. My do not disturb was not on. Is that her?
No, that's Jamal.
Oh, I can't think of him.
Jamal Daniel. Oh, that was enough water. Oh, you did put a little extra. See, I need a little more ice in it because she ain't.
She's not big enough.
No.
Another,
let me see if you guys have any questions.
I should have bought another.
They're talking about turn us around. Girl.
I don't know what a blender does.
Yes, the Uber driver took the potato and the oats home. Girl, you know I'm surely gonna email them.
I'm giving Craig a little more fruit just because we need a little more thickness tonight.
Malel says I was asking him about iodine. If people are allergic to shellfish, are they also allergic to iodine?
Normally, that's what I've heard.
Normally, she said that's what she's heard.
Because the iodine...
The blender is plugged up, Marquetta. She all over here trying to navigate and run stuff. Because that, what?
Normally, shellfish has iodine in it. So that's usually what it is that they're actually allergic to.
We don't know the Uber's phone number. What happened was she ended the trip. And once you end the trip, you can't contact them anymore.
This is more the consistency.
If you need to get in there, I got a thing. She looking good. She's great. Yes, that Vitamix doesn't play. Dr. Young got me the Vitamix, y'all.
Okay.
Let me see, Michelle. Is all the stuff written down somewhere? I haven't written down the stuff. No, you're fine. I haven't written everything down. I put a lot of the ingredients on the Patreon. So, like, we showed all of the things. She talked about the benefits of everything. All of that is on the Patreon. I am going to put pictures of this stuff on the, I'm going to put pictures of these recipes.
Is there a fly mug?
And there's so much to say. We need a mug.
We need a mug. So we can have our...
we need a mug. How about a So Much to Say podcast? Well, who is that on the side right there? Who is this? Hey Niece?
I need the Hey Niece mug. I want the Hey Niece mug.
Okay.
Here, let me pour yours first.
And so I am going to put all of this information, if it's not already on the Patreon, because I uploaded a video right before we went live, because we were setting everything up. We were taking all the products out, and she was explaining what the benefits are for each. But I also put stuff over in the So Much to Say podcast pen pal group on Facebook.
Ooh, baby.
Is it good? Girl, let me have some.
That sea moss is strong. Give me another date.
Somebody give you another one?
Date. That sea moss is strong.
Somebody said, Craig, have you ever tried sweet potato, banana, and ginger? No, I haven't.
Yes. Tell them that is that they're on their way to a sweet potato smoothie. All they need to do is add.
Girl, I'm so mad with that
Uber driver.
Girl, I am.
Because I really wanted you to taste that one.
Not only do I want my money back for that Uber, but I want them to pay for the stuff that them oats and stuff.
Because she could have just left it. Why she didn't leave?
You want another one?
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Why she didn't just leave it in the lobby?
It's strong, Craig. That sea moss is strong.
Girl, I tried to tell you, girl, that sea moss is, girl. That sea moss is not to be tampered with. But the sea moss is good for you. Tell them what sea moss is good for.
So your body needs 102 separate minerals all the time. And the sea moss has 92 of those. And so it's really rare for you to be able to get them in any other supplement other than sea moss. So even though it can be a bear to get used to, it's so well worth it.
Somebody said, what other milk that have, what? Girl, Marie, I don't know what that question is. Since Craig looking, what about other milk that don't have nuts in them?
Like
coconut milk, rice milk, coconut milk and rice milk.
I'm not a big fan of rice milk. Definitely a fan of coconut milk. I just steer away from rice so much because they farm it out and there's not very much organic rice left. So I just steer away from it.
And I am so upset because I was interested in tasting that. I was very interested in.
It tastes just like a milkshake.
I wanted to taste the sweet potato.
You know I'm over here taste testing before I give it to you because you know us country girls.
Right. Sure hey Craig, I had my first Beyond Burger today. It was delish. Hey, I'm glad you liked it. Have you tried oat milk? Have you tried oat milk? You have. I haven't. Is it good?
It's good, but you can taste that sea moss.
You can use almond milk. I use cashew milk. I do shop at 7 Under. I'm always there. I just bought my
Oh, they have the best bread there. Have you had their hemp bread?
No, I haven't. That's where we got the sea moss and this Corella. Goodness, she's a green smoothie. See that, niece? Let's see how she tastes. Cheers.
Hey, niece.
Oh, she smells.
But can you smell the sea moss?
Girl, no, it smells like grass.
Now, let me tell you, this is going to be pretty strong because you have that sea moss and that Corella, and they're both sea vegetables. So it's going to have a very sea taste. But you see that the sweetness under there is smooth.
I can handle it, but these girls ain't going to think that it's sweet. If y'all could taste this, y'all wouldn't think that it was sweet.
I don't think they would either, but it's sweet enough for me. Adding those
girl,
two
this
extra
tastes like
days.
straight ocean.
It's because we got both of them in there.
Oh, Craig, how do you filter out your kidneys? Somebody asked that.
Listen, a lot of water is going to be filter out your kidneys. Let's think about that question.
I know,
like answer it quickly.
I don't know. Well, didn't one of these say something about your kidneys? There, benefits. It cleanses the kidney. This parasite candida cleanse. I thought I read that.
Well, anytime you want to cleanse the kidney, you can use like a wormwood is gonna cause you to urinate. You want to be drinking a lot of water to keep your kidneys cleansed out.
Oh, girl.
It's strong with that. See, it's 2 of them. He said put both of them in there. Isn't that what he said?
Girl. I know y'all see my edges growing in. Y'all can front like y'all want to. Y'all see them edges.
Now, see, I would knock this back. I would knock back that whole thing by noon.
It would take you that long?
Mm-hmm.
I drink mine back to back.
And you just drink that whole blender?
Hey, Calvin Bruce.
This is good.
Calvin, you got to come by.
I want my sweet potato. What do we have to do to get Uber to give us our stuff back?
Oh, I'm going to email them.
Because she could have just...
And I'm going to tell them that we were just using it for them to transport something, and they didn't even bring our goods. And I paid $20.
Another way that you can kind of cut some of this is we could add a little bit of lemon to it.
Girl, I taste pieces of date.
You wanted me to blend it more?
No, it's fine. I need it because it tastes like sea coochie. It tastes like sea coochie. Somebody said you both have beautiful skin. Thank you.
The sea moss, please get it.
Somebody said I think dandelion tea is good for the kidneys.
Dandelion is, and dandelion is it's a purifier, so that's also in that detox that I use.
Oh, it's in the detox.
I grew up in the country drinking wormwood every morning, especially in the wintertime.
What you know about black seed oil? Now, my people have been talking about that forever. We have extensive conversations about black seed oil over in the So Much to Say podcast Hapeville group. Like, there are people over there who have been, there's Lori. She talked about how her blood pressure went down. She came off some medications. she's been using that black seed oil. Now that's something she uses, I think, daily.
I personally don't have a lot of information on black seed oil. I don't use it regularly. I'm very careful about the number of oils that I put in my body overall, because I think oil can be heavy on the body.
Right.
So.
But yeah, I've been hearing great things about that. Dandelion and coconut water are both good for cleansing the blood.
But so are your teas to add to that person that said that.
Thank you, Alvin.
Here's the thing. I want to have y'all. How many of y'all have heard about the place of bitters in the diet? Right. So we're all talking about this sweet stuff, this the different taste buds, but we really don't have enough.
They can't see you.
Go ahead. We really don't have enough bitters in our diet. So the bitters are what's going to do a lot of the purification in the system. At least that's what I've learned up until this point. So like having wormwood, having burdock root. Burdock root is awesome.
I've heard a lot about that. What is that?
Oh my gosh. So burdock root, it purifies the blood. It purifies the skin. They're one of my favorite estheticians. Her name is Jewel the Therapist on IG. She has a burdock root astringent where she steeps the burdock root and she puts it into an astringent. So whenever you're like having breakouts and things like that, and the results have been wonderful for her clients.
So now when you say it purifies the blood, what does that mean?
So just like we changed, I'm gonna steal Dr. Price's words here. Just like we changed the oil in our car, we have to take time and we have to change our blood out. And because your body renews cells every 30 days. Yeah. And it starts as early as 7. And so you know how they say you are what you eat. So we have to be putting bitters in our diet. We have to be having fresh water every day because our body is using that to build our cells. So that's why I do the tea every season, because I'm just changing the oil in my car. I need 30 days with no trash
how
in my
often
body.
do you do that? You just kind of rotate it? What was the one we were talking about with the purifying the blood?
The burdock root and the wormwood. Yep, burdock root, wormwood, and in the country we chew on something called yellow dock.
Now, what is wormwood?
Wormwood, it is the most bitter tea that I've ever had in my life.
It's a tea.
But it's a tea. It grows in a bush form, and we go out and we break it off of the bush, and you just steep it in hot water. Now, if you're not in the country like me, you can go to a 7-Under. You can order it on
natural
Amazon.
Store.
You can go. You can find a natural store in your area, and they're gonna have the tea in the tea form.
Okay, so Shay said, "How long is the cleanse?" Are you talking about this cleanse over here?
Shay, there's actually 2 versions, so you can do it for 14 days. These 2 bags would cover me for 14 days. And what I have to do is I take it and I put it in 32-ounce mason jars. So I'm drinking 64 ounces of liquid during the day for 14 days straight. They're both bitter teas. And when I say bitter, I'm not talking about like a little bit of lemon bitter. You got to think like bitter. Right? But the body needs that.
Don't go adding agave and all that.
No, you can't add anything. No honey, no anything. I get up in the morning, I knock 132 ounce out, I take a shower, go do some stuff so the gut has time to run one through. And then I go ahead and I
run one through?
Yeah, because you don't want to mix them together because they both are doing different things. One's, cleaning out candida, the other one's protecting the integrity of the gut. You mix them all in together, they can't work as effectively.
Are you eating during the cleanse, they say? I
am eating during my cleanse, but all fresh food, fresh vegetables, and inflammation. I don't eat beans during that because they cause inflammation. Unfortunately, they do. But there are certain beans, like I can still have garbanzo beans, I can have lentils, I can eat any leafy green vegetable that I really want to. I kind of stay away from nightshades. Do y'all know what nightshades are? Nightshades are your veggies like tomatoes, red and green peppers.
Why do they call them nightshades?
It's the environment that they grow in.
Oh.
Yeah.
So just raw food, she said?
It doesn't always have to be raw, but I don't use my bouillon cubes and things like that because, they put maltodextrin.
Vegan bouillon cubes, not
the
ones.
You can, but even be careful there because sometimes they still
put chicken stock and stuff in them.
Sometimes, or they put.
You gotta watch them.
Some vegan bouillon cubes will still have like an MSG or a maltodextrin, and maltodextrin is a fancy word for sugar.
Tonette sent me some bouillons. I think she sent me these. Did she send me these? No, I think I found these on my own.
Those are good. Those are the veggie ones, right? Oh, yeah.
You seen these before?
Yeah, These are really good.
I have these.
Can they see that? Yep. Those are good, guys.
So these are the vegan. This is one.
So I have like broth. I eat quinoa because it's a seed. I eat lentils, lots of fresh salads. I put them in mason jars. I make them all on Sunday, put them in mason jars. And I have a food saver at my house. So when I do my meal prep on Sundays, I pull everything out and just put it in the refrigerator. So all my food is really fast.
Feels like. That's another bouillon.
What about navy beans? Carolyn, navy beans are a nightshade. They're gonna cause, like, beans are good for you. So don't get me wrong. But whenever I am detoxing, I don't eat them because I'm trying to put as minimal pressure on my body. I'm trying to let my body rest for 30 days is basically what I'm
nightshade
doing.
Vegetables are red peppers, tomatoes, and those are things that can cause inflammation. Just like a chicken can cause inflammation.
And you know they do, because how many people have had beans and they're like, beans good for your heart, the more you eat, the more you fart? It's the flatulence. It's creating, because if you don't cook them well, usually beans need to be cooked in a pressure cooker to get that air that's out of them.
Somebody said, yes, bitter teas are also good for ridding body of parasites. Those bitter
Don't
teas.
like it. That's why I said don't let your tongue control your life, because once it gets past the back of your throat, your body either recognizes it as poison or as as a aid to your body. Either you are boosting your health or you killing yourself.
So now tell us what would have gone in that baked sweet potato. So she had baked the sweet potato.
It is literally one of my favorite smoothies. So you get the sweet potato.
I really want to run downstairs and see if it's down there.
Go. You want to go see?
Let me go
while
see.
I tell them.
You gonna talk to them?
Okay. So with the sweet potato smoothie, I feel weird sitting in Craig's chair. I'm gonna sit over here. With the sweet potato smoothie, you take one sweet potato, and I've used Japanese sweet potato. I use a regular yam, and you bake it in the oven. Just like you would, when you get a baked sweet potato at the restaurant or something like that. I use a half of a sweet potato. I put in 2 bananas. I put in a little bit of vanilla extract, or sometimes if I have like crushed vanilla where, they crushed a little black vanilla, I'll use that. A little bit of cinnamon, some nutmeg, and some ginger. You can use fresh ginger or you can use powdered ginger. I use a nut milk or a nut juice. I know a lot of people call them nut milks, but they're really juices. And I use like cashew or almond or coconut and blend it all down. So again, I start with the sweet potato, then go down to the little banana or whatever, and add the ginger, the vanilla. Tasting like a sweet potato pie for me. That's what I like. Let me see if there are any more questions. Don't let your culture... It's true, Wendy. It will. I know. It. My tongue used to control mine because we love to say like, "Oh, I don't like the way that tastes." Even with us putting these 2 sea vegetables in, it's a strong green smoothie. It tastes very sea-like, but after it gets past the body's using it like, okay, let's go heal this. Let's go take care of this. Especially when you get a chance to combine, some of these different supplements with allowing the body to rest. Like when you're on a detox and you're using the supplements at the same time. Let's see. That sounds delicious. I have to try it. Try it. Yes. I love sweet potato. Okay, I'm going to try putting the vanilla in mine. That's the only thing I don't add. Add that vanilla, girl. It's so good. And it kind of knocks the edge off of it. It gives it a smoother one. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes I cheat and I will add a piece of avocado, or I'll add a leafy green. And so it'll turn it a little green, but if I haven't had any like green leafy vegetables, I just hide it underneath there. And that's really the smoothie that I hide my sea moss in a lot of times, because the sweet makes me not be able to taste the sea vegetable. Montreal! How are you? Oh, I didn't know you were in here. Hey, boo. Did you see it?
No.
She out in these streets with our sweet potato, man.
I cannot believe she would actually come all the way over here.
And then take it with her.
Oh,
also, that same smoothie that I was telling you about, if you have a mother that is nursing, like a new mom, I had a baby marathon recently with about 5 different mamas that gave birth in less than a month. I made that same smoothie for them, but I would add raw oats, because raw oats cause lactation. So you can add a nice organic steel cut oat, and it'll help them get more, oatmeal in. Because a lot of times they'll tell a mother to eat cooked oatmeal, but the minute you add heat to food, we're taking away some of its integrity.
Somebody said a gummy vitamin is good for you. I guess if they have the...
I'm not a fan. It's the sugar and the gelatin.
It's the sugar, right. Do you care about the calorie count?
Of what?
Of what, Mudcloth? Do you use apple cider vinegar? Yeah.
Yeah. I make a tea in the morning sometimes. Like when you first wake up in the morning, do a little warm water, a spoonful of apple cider vinegar, fresh ginger juice, and I drink that. Sometimes I just do warm water and apple cider vinegar or warm water and lemon. It's all about, when you first wake up in the morning, your first thought should be to eliminate.
That's why I always tell you guys, I have to ease into the day, niece. You got to ease into the day. I don't know how y'all wake up eating corn chips and honey buns.
Listen.
And, eating all
like
that foolishness.
Or heavy foods like brunching and all that stuff.
Even when I was eating meat, I couldn't wake right up and come right in here and eat French toast and bacon. Like, I have to slide into the day.
Yeah. You need it. Your all the foods that you're consuming before about 10 o'clock, your mental space, right, when we are inner talking, it should be saying, okay, I need to get rid of yesterday so I can have a fresh start today.
She was asking how many calories the sweet potato smoothie has. I don't know. That's a good question.
I don't think I even count calories anymore. I'm sorry, guys.
Yes, I'm pescatarian, so I still eat seafood. But again, remember I tell you guys all the time, you cannot eat seafood every single day. Do you eat seafood?
Rarely. I might have a piece of fish, like every family reunion, maybe.
But you can't eat it a lot because...
I'm worried about the mercury levels in fish.
What else I was going to say? Seafood has too much mercury. And then when you're talking about shrimp, it has a lot of cholesterol. Shrimp have a lot of cholesterol.
And shrimp are scavengers.
Girl, listen, I'm from Maryland. I got to eat that.
Certain stuff just freaks me out now. Like, once I start understanding the mechanics of it, and we understand that everything that we put in our body is building a cell that's going to cause us to think a certain way, behave a certain way. It's going to translates.
Now, listen, when I get to the point where I can hire an actual chef to come not to come to 227, because if I can do all that, I won't be living here.
But what do you mean, get to a point?
Because
they have nice meal prep chefs, Chef Rob.
But I can't find anybody who's not a damn arm and a leg.
No, Rob,
who is that?
If you were on here,
don't be shouting him out in here. I need to.
That's my medicine man.
I need to bring him over here.
My food. He just we did full moon ceremony this weekend, and he made a nice heart of palm salad. Oh my gosh, and they had these like seasoned mushrooms on there.
Really?
Fresh vegetables.
All of these things came from different places, so they didn't all come from the same place. Some came from Amazon, some came from
some came from
Seven Under, some Whole Foods. Seven Under is a natural store here.
And you have them in your city. You just gotta Google it.
And then Lavene is not a vegan, because vegan, she just subscribes to some of the vegan lifestyle. Because if you're a vegan, then you're not wearing leather. You're not using anything.
The belt. I don't
right.
Want to show
you're not using anything that comes from an animal.
I don't want to show my bread meat today. I'm not at my thinnest.
Girl, cut it out.
Are there any other questions?
Are there any other questions? Because we're about to wrap this up, niece.
We got things to do today.
We got things to do. Any questions? You all know how to purchase books. One book is $20, $236, $354.
So how's the writing going?
Oh my God! Listen, when I say I was writing my ass off today, yesterday,
really?
and the day before,
you pushing it out,
baby.
Guys, I'm gonna see if I can look around and find something that I can share in a snippet. If he doesn't have it all put up, I'm gonna see if I can share something in a snippet.
What's the deep question, Gia? But no, listen, I've literally been writing like today. I literally broke down in tears. I was sitting right here.
While you were writing?
Before I started writing. And I posted this on the Patreon. I don't know why.
Are you an empath?
I don't think I am.
Do you feel like other people's emotions?
No.
You probably just tapped into a place.
I think I did. Like it was just such gratitude. Like I literally sat down right here and I was about to do a Patreon video. And I was gonna say to them, you know, I was opening up the laptop and I was looking at the acknowledgments for the book. And in the acknowledgments, like I have my mom, I have my dad, and I have like a couple friends. And then I said, I need to include the pen pals in the acknowledgments. So I talk about this on the Patreon. And as I was reading what I already had in the acknowledgments, I started thinking about what I was gonna write to them. And I just started crying. I just thought about it, and I just started crying. And
That's good.
I just started crying because I just felt like, yeah, I just felt like I just had this huge sense of gratitude that came over me because I remember just a handful of months ago where I was out here burning the candle at both ends of the state. I was driving for Lyft and Uber. I was substitute teaching. I was working for a home auction company. I was trying to do this book tour thing. Like I was pushing this book out. And so I just remember just being so overwhelmed and never having enough
to do it all.
To print books. I never having enough money to print books, to pay my rent and just whatever I had to do. And I just remember feeling, so today when I sat down, I was just like, just the fact that I have the luxury of sitting here to write.
To do the thing that you love to do.
Exactly.
And that the people who are calibrated to your vision have made space for you to do that.
Absolutely.
Because let me tell you, the way that the Christians write it in that Bible, they say your gift will make room for you. And
baby, it has. And so I literally, it was today is $5 Friday, niece. And so like what happened was my Facebook people were sending me money through the Cash App. They were sending like $5 here. Hey, just because I believe in what you're doing, $5 here because it's $5 Friday. $5 here because I just appreciate what you're doing. So like, you know, when they were sending that through there, I was just sitting there thinking like, this is the reason that I'm able to sit here and write. Because otherwise I'd be somewhere in somebody's HR trying to...
The move.
Right.
Listen. And he talks about, you guys, Craig came with us on the Vintage Vegan Experience, which is a food and history tour that I own here. And April was there. Is April
in there? April Duvernay.
You know I love April. And he just always talks so well about the community that supports him. So it's just you're a delight to be around all the time.
Thank you, Shay. But yeah, I'm telling you. So like, I literally just kind of like sat here and I cried for a moment, and
let the gratitude wash over you.
Absolutely, yes.
And that's something that we don't do enough. I love you, April.
But Lavene does a vegan vintage food tour.
Yeah, where we partner. Right? We put vintage history around Atlanta, and we take everybody to the different vegan spots because a lot of times people don't know
where to go. So Avriel flew in from Texas.
I was so shocked. The minute Craig put that thing up, Avriel had bought her ticket, and I was like, this man is dead serious.
Avriel flew in. And I
had texted him, April. I said, "Do you know this lady?" He was like, "I sure do."
But yeah, so like we went to like 6 different places,
6 different restaurants,
and because I've been doing this for a while, I was familiar with most of them. There was one of them that I didn't know, the place where we got the Cinnabon.
And we're actually launching another route.
Oh, really?
That's going to include wine. This new.
I remember you telling us that on the last one. And so, it was just a good way to kind of learn like new places to go to eat and just different things. And she talks about the different neighborhoods that the restaurants are in, like the history of Atlanta, like certain neighborhoods.
And some of the key movers and shakers that are doing things to keep that history going in Atlanta now.
When is the wine tour, she's asking?
It's not just a wine tour. It's the new tour is going to have a wine stop. So,
okay.
Yes, that one will be ready at the end of June.
Okay. I remember you saying that. Okay. But yeah, so are there any more questions? Any book recommendations on this lifestyle change, spiritual, diet-wise, etc.?
Ooh, is that a question for me, Shay?
Yes, that is.
Okay, here are all my favorites. And when I say favorites, I mean they're on my nightstand and they travel with me. Dr. Price's Vegetation Over Medication. Nothing will help you understand our lifestyle, like the lifestyle of an African American. I'm talking about around the holidays, everything, and partner it with science and medicine to help you understand it, like that book. Seed of the Soul. Seed of the Soul.
Gary Zukav.
Gary Zukav. That book has changed my life in so many ways. The gratitude around that, the intention chapters.
I need to go back and read that book. I started it years ago, but I never finished it.
It when you really begin to question your intentions on everything. I mean, whether it comes down to food, how you deal with people. Because, a lot of us, one of my favorite examples, you'd be like, well, why did you do it? It's like, well, I just, I don't want her to think I'm not nice.
Right.
And then you'd be like, I just gave her $20. Why she come and keep asking me?
Right.
And it's like, because you're nice.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so you will get your actual intention. And if you're doing things and you don't have the right intention, I mean, so those two, another one, change your schedule, change your life. That was the one that helped me to understand it's not just about exercising and eating and sleeping. It's about when you do those things and how to manage that with your body type. Because, like obviously Craig and I have different bills. We have different makeups. I have women in my family that are more solidly built and then more that are wireframe. So we all eat different. What about the ones that are night hawks? I'm a morning girl, So they have to eat on a different schedule than I do, and it's really based on Ayurvedic medicine. So those are my three that I'm just gonna toss out there. And then The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Those 4 books. Heavy rotation, and Craig already said the other two. You saw me in there lighting up the keys.
Yes, the 4 Agreements, and what was the other one? The Alchemist.
And I read.
And then soon it's gonna be Book of Jewels. That's what it's given. Somebody says, how much vinegar and water? I do 1 part vinegar, 1 part water, but I usually just do like 2 tablespoons. Well, actually, I'm lying. I do 2 tablespoons of.
I was gonna say, Craig, that's too much.
Right, I do 2 tablespoons of vinegar, and I do usually like a half a bottle of water.
Oh, do you?
How you do yours?
I make a cup of tea, and then I put like a teaspoon of vinegar.
You
have to be careful with that vinegar.
Because it will tear your insides up.
Because it will tear your tummy up. It's still vinegar.
But Tonette sent me these. This is apple cider vinegar. And these are packs. And I just drop these in my bottle of water and shake it up and go. But this is the last one, so I'll be back to my...
Oh, you got turmeric ones.
Yeah, I have the turmeric ones. Now, I tried to put that in cold water.
Now I juice turmeric. Sometimes I mix up. Some weeks I'm drinking juice ginger, and then other weeks I'm drinking juice turmeric.
The Alchemist and the 4 Agreements. Those are the 2 books that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Let me see what else is in here.
Excellent book by Eckhart Tolle, isn't it? It's so dope. Look, The Power of Now.
What do you do to regain your energy? How did you overcome the chronic fatigue? Well, you overcame the chronic when you switched off the meat. When you came off the meat, that's when it changed.
I had to do a couple of things. I had to change my diet. I had to learn that I had an irresponsible relationship with sleep. So I thought that I had to do things in order to get sleep versus understanding that I needed sleep to do things in my life. So I really had to I just had to change my understanding about things and understand that my body really was the vehicle that was allowing me to do everything. Because, y'all, I would get in these car accidents and then get out of the car mad that I had to pay all this money that had to do with my car.
So you were literally falling asleep. And once you switched over.
One time I woke up and my car was in a tree.
Like, we literally did a whole podcast. So if you're not subscribed to my podcast, it's free. It's called So Much to Say. It's available for free in Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, Spotify.
You always have the best guests.
Thank you.
I don't be blowing smoke up. Craig I'm a fan. Add water. When I met you, it was like instant fan, add water.
I did a really good one yesterday. It's going to drop Monday morning at 10 a.m. Okay. She's married now, but she was a single mother, probably till her daughter was like 15. And we talked about when is too soon. Oh, I called it How Soon is Too Soon. To introduce your children, whether it's girls or boys, to the men you're dating. Good. It's a good conversation. And she talked about how with the man she's married to now, it took 2 years before he met her daughter. And I said, that's a long time. But she basically explained the story behind it. There was a situation when she was growing up where her mom dated a man and,
He wasn't touchy, was he? I don't like
He tried her.
That is to me the most heinous act.
Yeah. I'm sorry, when I tried drinking warm lemon water, it made my stomach hurt.
So take the lemon out and just do the warm water.
I see you in there.
The whole purpose for drinking warm water in the morning is you're trying to initiate elimination. You're trying to go to the bathroom first thing in the morning. So if the lemon is bothering you, if the vinegar is bothering you, try ginger, because ginger is known to settle the stomach.
Yeah.
And when I say ginger, I'm talking about get you some real juice ginger from like a juice place, or you can boil ginger, which you do this.
Yeah.
You can boil a ginger root.
Yeah.
Now remember, when you do your base for your smoothie, you can boil ginger water and keep that in the refrigerator too, and use that.
I did that
as your base.
Right.
Yeah, instead I got that water. From you.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I added that to my smoothie practice because of.
Somebody said, "What about hot flashes?" Now I don't know any foods that work for hot flashes, but I know a friend of mine who was going through menopause. She was having a lot of hot flashes. And what helped her was when we would go to the gym, she would go into the sauna. Believe it or not, it's hot as shit in that sauna. She said, but she would not get them flashes at night. And then somebody said, what about vitamin deficiency?
It all depends on which vitamin it is. It's about, like, with vitamin D deficiency.
We were talking about that on the Patreon.
That's probably the only one that I'm familiar with, because that's the one that I struggled with. With vitamin D deficiency, I had to, one, get outside more. So I do something every week where I have to be outside for more than 4 hours. And then I had to start making sure that I had leafy green vegetables that had a lot of calcium. Because I first had to go on a vitamin D supplement. But without the calcium, you can't absorb the vitamin D. So you have to have both of those in there.
I tagged LaBenet in the Facebook video. So just click on her page. What's your Instagram?
My personal Instagram is Discipline is Key. I can't be held responsible for what y'all see over there.
Discipline is key.
Yes. And then my professional one is for the tour is Vintage Vegan Experience. Vintage Vegan Experience.
They say yams also help with hot flashes and oregano oil.
I put the oregano oil in there.
Now,
I've used, back in the day, I used to use wild yam root as a contraceptive.
What? What is it?
Wild yam root.
Wild yam root. Now, what is that?
It is, they take the wild yam root, they break it down into a powder form, just like this. They put it in capsules. And I was using that to regulate my cycle. So, because I don't use birth control, I'm a staunch advocate against it. I have no.
So wild yam root kind of works as like a birth control?
It worked. They have used it in the past as a contraceptive, but what I found is that what it's really doing is regulating your period so that you are able to count efficiently
when your period is going to come.
When your period is going to come. Because the same way women are counting to get down to that ovulation day so they can make a baby.
And this is called
I'm here to show you.
Wild yam root.
I can count down to make sure that I avoid a baby. Okay? So that's why I used it.
Okay.
Be careful with that wild yam root, though, because when you first start taking it, it's going to make your chest sore, ladies. You're going to have some expansion up here for a little bit. And
look at Gia. Gia talking about, I might donate a book because neither of you said Uber in 5 minutes. Thank you, and this has been informative.
Gia, we missed your deep question. What was your deep question?
She ain't had no deep question.
Oh, she was about
She
to
says, Shay says, wow, okay, let's get into it. Does that also help with hormones regulation? Where can we purchase wild yam root?
The wild yam root, I bought it from the D Herbs group, and that's www.dherbs.com. So I don't use that anymore. My period is pretty regular, but do a little research on it. Can I use the word niece? Do a little research.
Go ahead, niece. But somebody also said black cohash. Have you heard of that?
I've never heard of that.
I've never heard of that. Now, what are y'all saying over here about this? Somebody was saying...
Cohash?
Yeah. Somebody was up here talking about that.
Explain about the count law. Teach the folks. Oh, okay. Does anybody else want to know about this count? So I stopped using birth control in college, and I really tried to advocate my friends to stop using it because I have like a venom against birth control. But you know, most women struggle to be on a 28-day cycle. But you got to realize a lot of those women struggle because their diets are off balance. With you eating different soy products and you're eating like different dairy, it's throwing your hormones off. So it's causing your periods to be off. So when we balance our food, we actually can balance our menstrual cycle as well. Now, the average menstrual cycle is on a 28-day cycle. When you start your period, that's your first day. You're going to have probably, before I changed my diet to a plant-based diet, I was bleeding about 7 days. After I changed over to a plant-based diet, I don't bleed any more than 3 days at this point. So after that, 14 days from the beginning of that cycle, you're going to ovulate. the day before, the day of ovulation, and the day after ovulation, I'm closed for business.
What is black cohash? Y'all still ain't said.
Well, somebody asked me to explain the count.
No, I know. I'm talking to these people over here on YouTube. They tell me, oh yeah, that black cohash work.
Is it a root?
Oh, they saying it's for hot flashes.
Is it a root or a tea?
Cohash is the business. See, they praising it over here, but they ain't told us what it is.
What is it?
I don't know what it is. And see, I can't. Well, where your phone?
Yes, D-Herbs Body Cleanse. I have used that before, but I'm sorry. My preference is the Dr. Holistic one that we've shown.
They said that it's a root, the cohash.
It's a root.
Let me see your Google.
Google it. Oh, look at all these different.
They said it's used for hot flashes. They said it's a pill. It comes in pill form. Okay, black cohash.
I'm all over the
So
place.
for whoever that was over here that asked about hot flashes.
Is it cohash?
Yeah, that's it. Cohash. They probably was spelling it wrong.
I want to see the images.
Okay, cohash.
Oh, it's a plant.
It's a plant, yeah.
Oh, it's a plant. It ain't no root, y'all.
It's a plant.
Well, I guess a plant has a root, so let me take that back.
LaRue says it comes in a pill form from the health food store. Okay. They said you can empty the pill and put it in your tea.
Well, I'm gonna keep that for the future.
You know what I used to do back in the day? I used to take vitamin E pills. You know the ones that come in the gel form. Mm-hmm. I used to break those open and put those on. I would clean my face and I would take that vitamin E out there and put on my face.
Yeah.
And I would use it as like a facial and I would leave it on my face for a while. And then I'd wash my face off. Like when there was times where I didn't have a bunch of money for like skin products or.
Tell me some other roots that y'all use. I want to know. I like to keep my cabinets full.
So it's cohash, black cohash. COHOSH.
I'm gonna give that to my mom because she struggles
for menopause. I mean, for hot flashes and menopause. And stuff.
You know the matriarchs. They always trying to get me to turn down. Rachel, I know you in here. We might have to give that to Mama so she don't have the house on 60 all the time.
Cause she burning up.
Yes, and will tell us to go put a sweatshirt on.
Gia says she just broke a vitamin pill and put on her face. I'm telling you, it's very good for you. I mean, it works.
The vitamin E pills?
The vitamin E pills. Like you break the gel one open and just squeeze
like
the
little,
gel.
It's like a golden liquid.
Yeah,
one.
just
Okay.
cut it open and put and just dab it on your face.
I'll try it.
And then I would do that periodically, not all the time, but I haven't done it in a long time.
It's so cool to see everybody writing. Like, you got to feel totally insulated. Like, do you feel insulated, like, as an individual? Like, do you not feel alone in the world? I be asking deep questions, y'all. I'm sorry. I spend a lot of time by myself in the country. I meditate a lot. Your hair has grown so much.
I definitely feel like people are listening. I do feel like that. But, I mean, when I first started writing the first book, which was 2011, for some reason I felt a shift, and I became very conscious of what I posted on social media then. Because for some reason I just felt like people were paying attention to things that I posted. So like I'm very clear about that now. Like I'm very careful about, not careful, but I'm thoughtful about what I post. Because I know people are paying attention. So I try to put stuff up there that works for me, things that I've learned or whatever.
You know what? When people were talking about the vitamin E, did y'all use bio oil?
Girl, I got some in my gym bag.
Yeah,
that's what I use on my skin.
My Aunt Willette.
That's what I used on my skin when I got out of the bag.
My Aunt Willette had us on that bio oil. I said, Aunt Willette look like she young. I'm gonna use this.
Yes, I use that on my skin when I get out the shower.
And now I'm gonna tell you something else what are y'all exfoliating with?
Well, it depends. Like, I do have like different body scrubs or bath scrubs, but my face, I use Kiehl's products. That's what I use.
Oh, okay.
What?
No, I don't have nothing against Kiehl's.
Oh, I was saying
No. I think, and I'm like, oh.
What you use to exfoliate?
Sometimes I.
Because you should exfoliate.
You do. You need to keep that glow.
Yeah.
And to keep the sebaceous from getting full.
To keep the what?
The sebaceous. Okay. Anyway, Sometimes I exfoliate with the weirdest things. Finely ground sugar, like it's like an organic sugar.
Okay.
And I put a little olive oil with it, and I scrub the face that way.
Come on, Erykah Badu.
I use baking soda too sometimes.
Do you?
Yes. With I have a black liquid soap, like a black soap that's in a liquid form, and I'll put some of that in my hand, and then put a little bit of baking soda. Yeah. Put it on there.
And you just leave it on there for a few minutes.
Yes, I love the feeling when you mix the peppermint oil with the thing. It's like.
Now here's the thing. I used to, again, another one of those little poor man secrets. I used to use like aloe gel on my face.
Now see, here's the thing.
You squeeze that aloe gel out of the plant, or get the aloe gel from the store. But you can't leave it on it over the night. I had told a friend of mine this when I lived in California. She's like, your skin looks so good. What do you use? And so I told her about the aloe gel. What I say, this hussy put that stuff on her face and slept on it overnight. Girl, her skin was burned. And I said, girl, yes, because it'll tingle if you leave it on there too long.
Because I have an aloe plant. I have aloe plants in my yoga room at the house. And I put them under my eye every day. But when I wake up.
Right. Yeah, she left it on there for too long. But yeah, so like I'll do that, and then there was something else you just asked me. I have this clay facial, this mask. Yes, is that it? Where you can't use a metal or anything? You can't. You got to use it in
bentonite clay.
Yes, I have the clay. I have that. I do that.
Now that one's good, and I do that. I do a little bit of bentonite clay, a little of the sea moss, and I put a little apple cider vinegar and fresh distilled water in there.
Yeah, I put the apple cider vinegar in the clay mask, and then you mix it up and you put it on your face.
It gets rock hard, but it pulls the impurities.
It does, and I love black soap. And for those of you who think you're really using black soap and you're not, black soap is not literally black. It's brown. It's like a dark brown.
Yes.
And that black soap that's physically black, that has dyes in it. It has colors. It has perfumes. That's not the one that you want. You want the other one. That other black soap is serious. And for those men who get those beard lines, like if I shaved all this right now, my skin under here would be the same color as this up here. I don't get that beard because that black soap is powerful. I bathe my whole skin in it, my whole body sometimes.
I do love it.
Yes, and you should only be exfoliating your face no more than 3 times a week.
Yeah, don't do that because you'll flame right on up.
Yeah, listen,
good and red.
You'll pull the skin off. But anyway, so listen, I think you guys are done with the questions.
Yes.
This
was fun.
It was fun. We got to do it again. Yeah, and next time we'll have to.
You got to come to the country. Can you come to the country and do a country version?
I can come to the country.
Yeah, let me take you around so you can see the different fruits and vegetables. We can go to some farmers markets.
I would love to go to a farmers market.
I can take you to the look. Rachel, y'all better tell them how country it is.
Now, what part of town? Where is this in North Carolina?
So I'm originally from Wilmington, North Carolina. That's a beach town. So I'll take you to the beach and we can do, you can get an arabesque photo shoot in while you're down there. And then I'll bring you up to the country and we'll feed you. I have this new croquette recipe I've been working on.
Salmon?
Heart of palm.
Oh.
You got to be careful with that salmon. Them salmons have worms.
I buy my black soap from the natural store, 7 Under. But also, you know where they sell black soap? They sell black soap at a lot of these beauty supply stores.
They do, but you do have to be careful. I get my black soap every year at the Natural Hair show when Talia Wajid comes in.
I get mine from down at 7 Under.
Go on and kill that C mix.
Girl, you need to drink the rest of that because that's good ingredients over there.
We gonna kill it. Listen, you remember when the pregame used to be a shot? Now,
girl, let me tell you something. What I'm about to do?
On a Friday night 10 years ago, I was not drinking green smoothies.
We about to step out. Girl, I can't drink no more because this might have me shitting all out in public.
This is great.
But I'm about to email Uber from your phone.
Let's do it.
And if they give you a credit, I'm going to need you to send me my $20.
I can send it back to you.
No, don't send it now. We're going to make sure they give me a credit. We'll give you a credit.
Blowing it up.
Yeah, he really trying to get in touch with you.
Let's see. It's because I bought some stuff from him, child. He want pictures. He want a testimonial. Oh. Jamal, I'm going to send it, okay? I love you.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, that would be good if I could come to the country.
I'm going to steal him.
Okay, I think they put some of that liquor in the background in the smoothie. We ain't put no liquor in the smoothie.
Oh, you messy, Gia.
Look, Facebook can't even see the alcohol. There it is. All right, listen, you guys have an amazing night. Please share the video with your friends, especially them people with them heavy ankles and fluid in their elbows and stuff.
Listen, try to drink. At best, it's not always about what we take out. You know, everybody talk about what they don't eat. All of these labels talk about what you don't eat. Focus on what you are going to put back into your life.
To replenish.
Focus to replenish yourself. And so even if you start to change, I saw somebody earlier today on one of your posts say, you know, Craig, I need you to help me drastically change the way I eat. And I just wanted to speak to her and say, you know, change starts with adding things in before you really focus on taking things out. Right. So we're gonna post the perfect green smoothie. It's gonna have those things. Even if you just do it once a day, you're gonna feel a difference. Yeah. And that alone, having that first thing in the morning, it's gonna start and begin the transition of changing your palate. And be gentle with yourself. You can't convert overnight.
You can't. And I read something the other day, and I can't remember what. I think it was the Irish Mars. It was saying people who are on dialysis, you might want to be careful on stuff like that. So these kind of supplements and stuff that we're putting in, you want to ask your doctor and stuff, that kind of thing. Because even though this stuff is natural, if you're already on like dialysis or something like that, because like my mom wouldn't be able to use, like, I think it was Irish moss that I read about. Yeah, you have to so you have to ask about certain things. Now, if you are in decent to great health, then you know you're fine with this stuff, because most of the stuff is natural. Now, I did notice on like the detox tea or the cleanser thing that you had over there was a note on here for expecting mothers.
Oh, if you're pregnant, you should not be taking anything that's going to cause you to release toxins out of the body, because it'll go into the baby's milk.
Right. So again, you know, read the labels on this stuff.
Breastfeeding, pregnant or breastfeeding.
And so like when I first came off meat, I started gradually increasing like the kind of plant-based meals that I had. Like I didn't just stop eating meat. Yeah. Like I would and I've shared this before, like what I would do is when I was going out with, like I still had meat in my freezer at the time. And so like I would go out with my friends. I would eat meat at home, but when I went out with friends, I would only eat like a plant-based something, because I was trying to put myself in practice of eating around other people and not being like influenced or wanting to eat just because they were eating wings.
And I think people fall off because they try to do the all or nothing.
Exactly.
But you got to challenge just in one area and watch that grow. Watch that seed grow. You know,
it's just like if you were a recovering drug addict. Like you can't. Sometimes you just can't stop cold turkey like that, because then you feel overwhelmed. I don't think
there's a cold turkey thing that can be stopped. Period. Because the mind will still play with the ideas. You know, our muscle memory is rich. So But I have complete faith in y'all. Thank y'all for inviting me in and letting me play with y'all for tonight and share something that's near and dear to me. So
absolutely. And you have Laverne, she's tagged over there on Facebook. And she gave her Instagram information as well. All right. Thank you for contributing to the $5 Friday. If you did, I appreciate it. You know how to do it. The Cash App is already in the information.
Your back pocket since I'm here.
The Cash App is already listed in there. If you want to do that, you know how to purchase the books. You can get the mugs at CraigTheWriterStewart.com. We got Hey Me's, Hey Girl, Hey, all of that kind of stuff, and ringtones, all right? Have an amazing night. Have an amazing weekend.